Tibetan Mastiff, a formidable giant with a fighting temperament and a reserved character. Its appearance immediately reveals strength and nobility, and its enormous size and thick coat distinguish this breed from other dogs. This particular breed is the most expensive in the world. Of course, this does not mean that puppies of this breed are an unaffordable luxury for many. It's just that the largest sum in the history of dog breeding was paid for a puppy of this breed. A Chinese multimillionaire paid $1.5 million for an 11-month-old Tibetan Mastiff puppy. The Tibetan Mastiff is a very rare dog even today. However, according to the research of authoritative experts, she is the ancestor of all modern Molosser-type dogs. Its roots go back to ancient times, and the first mention of it dates back to 1121 BC.E. in the Chinese book Shu King. Over many millennia, this dog has changed little. Its pristine exterior and strong natural health, intelligence, and ability to adapt to any, even the most severe climatic conditions, have remained unchanged. As is clear from the name of the breed, these dogs come from the mountainous regions of Tibet. The ancestors of the breed are wolves, and according to researchers, there are no admixtures of jackals in the blood of mastiffs. This is typical for all Molossians. This group is distinguished by its endurance, impressive dimensions, and powerful jaws. The first European to see and write notes about these dogs was the famous traveler Marco Polo in the 19th century. The traveler was amazed by the huge animals the size of a donkey and the charisma of the king of beasts, the lion. These dogs nobly followed the inhabitants of Tibet. And yet, until the 19th century, the history of the Tibetan Mastiff breed does not contain any reliable information. Mentions of special Tibetan dogs, capable of protecting their owners from the most ferocious predators, are found in the notes of other Europeans who traveled to Tibet in the mid-19th century. In 1847, a representative of this breed reached the shores of England. The Viceroy of India, Lord Hardinge, presented a Tibetan Mastiff puppy to Queen Victoria as a gift. It is known that they tried to breed the Tibetan Mastiff in the Berlin Zoo, but for inexplicable reasons the initiative was not successful. For a long time it was believed that such dogs could only live in harsh climates, so until the 20th century these amazing dogs could only be found in the Tibet region. Everyone who had a chance to see these majestic animals described their good-natured disposition, peaceful character, and at the same time incredible self-confidence and vigilant alertness to strangers, but without any obvious aggression. Nowadays, Tibetan Mastiffs have appeared in European countries, but the breed is not very popular. Dog handlers strive to preserve the purity of the blood of these dogs as much as possible, which is why few breeders decide to engage in the breed. This affects the price of puppies. They are considered the most expensive in the world. Tibetan Mastiffs are difficult to keep. They require grooming. Without daily brushing, the Mastiff will turn into a giant tangle or clump of fur. The character of dogs is also complex. They are natural guards, rather gloomy and wary of people. Without proper training from an experienced owner, a Mastiff can become unmanageable. Finally, the dog needs constant exercise. It definitely doesn't belong in an apartment. This breed, like the Caucasian Shepherd, needs large territories to patrol. It is important for it to feel responsible for the territory entrusted to it and to serve vigilantly. Good health, excellent immunity and thick coat, all this is perfect for keeping the Tibetan Mastiff in the harsh northern climate. A dog living on a personal plot can safely be outside even in severe frost. Long centuries of evolution, the antiquity of the breed, and the fact that Tibet was a closed territory for a long time, the quality of the breed has remained almost unchanged, and this is the key to the good health of Tibetan Mastiffs. They are quite strong, and adult Mastiffs practically do not get sick. The Tibetan Mastiff needs training from a very early age. The puppy must be adapted to humans and the outside world. The Tibetan Mastiff is a territorial dog. She not only protects her owners, but also those square meters that are provided to her, a plot, a vegetable garden, or even some part of the street. While on their territory, these dogs choose the highest point, which they occupy to observe and perform their guard duty. Properly raised dogs have a very interesting, harmonious, and friendly character. A guest introduced to the dog will be allowed into the territory guarded by the dog without any problems, but in the absence of the owner, the dog will not allow anyone into its territory, and it will definitely not be possible to negotiate with it using treats. It is an incorruptible guard. The Tibetan Mastiff is a dog that has never been seen barking senselessly. Experts figuratively compare the voice of a Tibetan Mastiff to the blow of a copper gong, somewhat dull and bassy. In China, the special velvety timbre of the voice of these dogs was very much appreciated, for which they were even specially given heated milk. The Tibetan Mastiff rarely gives a voice, never bursts into senseless barking to scare any passerby, because this dog can stand up for itself and its loved ones without it. In addition, she is able to make decisions on her own when the owner is not in danger, and only a guest has come, she will calmly step aside, but if a person tries to enter the house with bad intentions, the dog will come to the defense. This happens because the Tibetan Mastiff has an unusually developed sense of smell and intelligence. Tibetan Mastiffs have golden brown spots above their eyes. Tibetan sages say that such a dog never sleeps and seems to look at the world with 4 eyes. Its second pair of eyes are constantly open. Indeed, these dogs very sensitively guard their owners. If trouble comes and the dog is sleeping, this ideal guard will instantly wake up and take action. An amazing feature of this breed is its special attitude towards children. When there is a child in the family, the Tibetan Mastiff clearly understands that there is a small child in front of him and he needs to behave carefully. All children's pranks, pestering and fussing will not cause aggression in the dog. Many breeders agree that you have to think more about the dog's peace. A small child can toss the dog, sit astride it, run after it, climb towards the animal with violent caresses, but the Tibetan Mastiff can only endure it philosophically. Another remarkable feature of the Tibetan Mastiff is its majestic poise and self-esteem. However, such a dog cannot be called phlegmatic. She has a sense of humor, liveliness of mind, playfulness, curiosity, and mobility. All these character traits appear surprisingly timely depending on the situation. When a family is alone with a dog, it is an affectionate and gentle playful kitten, albeit of a gigantic size. When there are unfamiliar guests in the house, it is an attentive observer who does not get in the way, but controls situation, and when you are in danger, you have an unrivaled guard in front of you. If earlier dogs of this breed were bred for specific watchdog and security functions, now the show-class Tibetan Mastiff is more valued. Its exterior qualities are assessed. Breed lovers all over the world try to preserve the breed in the same form as it originated from Tibet. A purebred show-level dog is the most expensive in the world. Exhibitions and world championships are held annually. A Tibetan Mastiff puppy, one of whose parents is a world champion, costs from $5,000 or more, but true connoisseurs of the breed spare no expense to preserve it. Meeting a Tibetan Mastiff at an ordinary dog show, even on an international scale, is a rare success. The giants amaze with their appearance and earn well-deserved applause. And only the owners know the other side of the coin. Behind a few minutes of glory lies a lot of hard work. Friends, thank you for watching to the end. Your support in the form of likes is very important to us, so it's time to press this button. Also write in the comments what breed do you have, what breeds do you like the most, and what breeds do you want to see new releases about. Well, that's all for today. Thank you all for watching. If it was interesting, support the video with likes. Thank you for subscribing, and take a look at what else we have prepared for you.